What is up, everybody? I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing a what's in the bag. I want to show you guys what kind of clubs I'm using, what kind of equipment I'm using, such as balls, rangefinders, equipment, everything. I want to take you through a tour. Let's go. I want to start by showing the bag itself. I've got the Titleist Linkmaster golf bag. I went with the green and white because it's my school colors. It's got a nice metal Titleist logo there, which I really like. A really nice leather feel. Just a few pockets, a big one I put my balls in. Put all my tees and markers in that pocket. People tell me I have a weird preference for where I keep stuff. I put all my junk, such as rule books and bug sprays, in that bag. In my big pouch here, I'm keeping extra seeds. I keep some gloves in there, which I don't usually use. Some extra tees. And then in my final pocket there, I keep all my markers. So I'm gonna show you first my putter and then go wedges, and I'll work my way all the way up to the most fun and exciting stuff, which is of course the long irons and the driver and the 3-wood, of course. So my putter is an Odyssey 2-ball blade. It's interesting because I putt with the 2-ball blade style putter. Most of the 2-balls you see people using are gonna have more of the mallet style. This one's really interesting because it has kind of like a 3/4 hang to it. I just got it re-gripped so it has the ping grip on it, but there it is down kind of by the ball. You can see it has more of a blade kind of feel for it, which really helps for my stroke. It has a soft feel with that white hot insert, but I've been putting with this thing since I was in high school. I've made thousands of putts with this. It's old reliable. Whenever I'm putting bad, I go to this. I'm gonna go through my wedges now, which I had custom made. I have the Ping Glide forged. I believe these are the Glide 4, I wanna say. I can't quite remember, but I'll go through them individually. I just wanna show you guys first. I have the logo. I got green and white, of course, my favorite colors. Got my initials A, J, as well as the little Ping Man on there. All right, so the first wedge I have in my bag is the 58 degree. You can see here I've got 10 degrees of bounce on it. I've got in all of my irons in my bag, all my irons and wedges, I have the Dynamic Gold X100s. And then I play the oversized jumbo grips. It kind of helps me from rotating the club over. I tend to fight a little bit of a left to right draw. So the bigger grip helps with me to keep my hands from turning over so much. You can also see that I play all my irons and wedges with an orange dot, which by Ping's metrics is 2 1/4 degrees flat. So where my club would normally, a normal club would lay like this, mine kind of lays flatter because I keep my hands lower. My hands are lower at impact, but I really like these Glide wedges. At first they took me a little bit to get used to, but one thing I really like about them is I can control the height a lot better than I could with my old wedges. I can control the trajectory a little bit better, and they spin pretty good. So these wedges I have go 58, 54, and 50. They all have the exact same specs, the bent flat irons and the big grips and the same shafts. My 58 degree, I hit about 105 yards. I hit the ball kind of high naturally, so this one just spins a lot, goes really high. I don't often hit it full. Similar kind of thing with my 54 degree. I try not to hit it full that often. This thing, swinging full, I can hit it about 118 to 120 yards. But typically I'm choking up on it and hitting it from anywhere between that 100-yard range to that 117. And finally, I've got my 50 degree. This is a wedge that I will swing really full. I can hit this full about 128 to 130. I try not to push it too much. I just naturally spin the ball a lot, so full wedges aren't really my favorite thing to do, but this one is closer to where I'm starting to swing it really full. I don't usually chip with this. If I have to hit a low skip or chip, I may bring it out occasionally, but I'm usually chipping with my 58 and my 54. All right, next with my pitching wedge through 4-iron, I'm playing the Ping I-525 forged. Again, I've got that orange dot, 2 1/4 degrees flat, and I'm also playing the jumbo grips. These are actually the mid-size grips, but I have an extra wrap or two of tape underneath them. I really love these clubs. I got them about a year and a half ago. I used to hit the Callaway Apex Pro blade irons, and I must say, I'm hitting these so solid. I'm hitting these at least 15 yards further. They are bent down to They're bent down about 1.5 degrees. Ping has a loft spec, which is called power spec. I did get that because I tend to struggle with the high ball flight and the high spin. So I got my clubs bent 1.5 degrees flat. So I'm hitting these clubs really far. This pitching wedge, I can hit about 148 to 150 yards. But a lot of that's because I have the power spec loft, and these are just super hot club faces. So my 9-iron, I'm hitting about 165 to 170, kind of depending on the lie I have, but comfortably I'd say 165, I'm playing my 9-iron. My 8-iron is my favorite club in the bag. This one, I hit anywhere from 175 to 178. You can see I practice with this one quite a bit. It's a little hard to see on the camera, but I wear out the grooves in the middle of the face and slightly towards the toe. On this 8-iron, I love to practice. It's my favorite club to practice with. And my 7-iron, this club, I'm hitting about 195. I hit this thing a lot further than some of the other clubs in my bag. For some reason, I just seem to, the way that this club launches just seems to really work for me. So there's kind of a little bit of gap between my 8-iron and my 7-iron. My 8-iron, like I said, I'm hitting like 175, 178. Where this 7-iron, I'm hitting about 190 yards. My 6-iron, as you can see, got some good use, hitting it pretty good right now. This one I hit about 200 yards, 203 yards if I'm really trying to stress it. But yeah, these same things, all these same shafts. I have the Dynamic Gold X100 shafts. They're a really heavy shaft. They're about 128 grams, and that's to help me get that ball flight low, help me control the spin. Got my 5-iron. This club I'm hitting between 218 and 222 yards. Very specific numbers, but I know that I hit this club into a lot of par 5s. So this one is extremely important for me because I have to be super accurate, and thankfully I get some good distance out of it. If you've been watching these videos for a while, and a lot of my good friends will know, I'm a really good long iron player, and my 4-iron is one of my favorite clubs in the bag. I can grab this thing off any tee and hit this about 228, 230 right down the middle. I can play it on par 3s. I can hit it into par 5s. I have a ton of control with this club. It is one of my favorites in the bag for sure. Now I'm gonna bring you to my 3-iron, which is my trusty off the tee club. This one is really interesting, really fun to talk about. It's kind of a mutt in my bag. So similar to all my other ones, I have that exact same lie spec, same kind of grip. And this one I have the Alta CB70X. This did not come standard in it. It came with a regular stiff shaft. I actually had to send it to Ping to get it bent flatter and get this extra stiff shaft put in it. But I really love this thing. It's 20 degrees standard, but I have this bent down to 18.5. So it's kind of a 2.5 iron. As well as I put some lead tape on the toe here because I used to have a big problem with turning it over. The combination of the big grip and the lead tape on the toe has made this thing an absolute monster off the tee. I'm hitting every single fairway for the most part when I pick this club off the tee. This club nearly single-handedly qualified me for the Tennessee State Mid-Amateur this summer. I played in my qualifying round at a golf course. It's probably about 6,900 yards. It's called Willow Creek, and I pulled this thing off every single tee. I was not feeling good with the driver, so I pulled 3-iron off almost every tee, and I ended up shooting even par and qualifying for the Mid-Amateur. Let's get to the really fun stuff. I've got my cool, delicious Italian pizza head cover on my 3-wood. You can get this at Chicago Golf, cgscramble.com. I'll have to check the website, but I will put it in the description. Hit these guys up. I love these head covers. To me, it's really funny. People look at it and they get a little chuckle out of the delicious Italian pizza head cover. But my 3-wood is the Ping G425 LST. That's the low spin tech. I've got the 14.5 degree and I'm playing it at standard loft. On this one, I have the Golf Pride Jumbo wrap style grip, and I have the Ping Tour 75X shaft in that. So this thing is kind of a rocket ship for me. It's got a super hot face. I can hit this thing about 265 to 285, really kind of depends on the circumstances. Lastly, this is the newest club in my bag. If you've seen a few videos back, you'll see when I took this thing out for the first time and I compared it with my other drivers. But I have the PXG It's the Gen 5 0311 driver. I have it turned down to 7.5 degrees, and I have the Diamana 60 grams extra stiff flex you can see there, and the same kind of jumbo wrap grip that I love. This thing has been extremely good for me these last few weeks. I'm typically kind of an off-center driver of the golf ball. For some reason, I've been finding the center of the face on this driver a lot more than my other ones, and I've been keeping them a lot more in play. My miss hits seem to be a lot better. It doesn't quite go as far as my old Ping that I like to hit, my Ping G400. But this thing, honestly, I don't care how far it goes. I'm hitting it a lot more controlled, which is at the end of the day, the biggest thing for me. I need to find more fairways, and this has been a good help. Now I'm gonna show you guys kind of some of the little fun stuff. What would a good golfer be without an alignment stick? I like to carry this. You can get, it's like a driveway reflector. You can get it for like 99 cents at your local Lowe's or Home Depot. Also in my bag, I like to represent my school. So I keep my Illinois Wesleyan Golf 2019 National Champions towel on my bag at all times. I think this thing gives me good luck. Funny enough, right now I have 2 rangefinders on my bag because one of them broke before the mid-amateur, which I had to have a backup one ordered, which is this. It's the Bushnell Tour V4. I got this thing and I used it throughout the mid-amateur. It doesn't have slope on it, but that's okay. I wasn't allowed to use it in that tournament anyway. The rangefinder that you're seeing me use in most of these videos is the Blue Tees 3 Max. I got the all white version. I'd get green and white if I could. I love that color. This one does have slope. My wife got this for me 3 years ago on my birthday for an awesome birthday gift. My original one ended up breaking. It was the blue and white one. It just stopped working. But Blue Tees has an awesome customer service. I let them know the problem. I sent that back to them and they had me this one within the week. They expedite shipped it to me. It was super awesome, super easy. I would recommend these to anybody. Very good price. They're not paying me to say this. Very good price and pretty accurate as far as distance goes. Now coming down to my ball that I like to use the Callaway Chrome Soft. It's my favorite ball to use. It compresses well. It doesn't spin too much. I have a tendency to overspin the ball. So when I start using the Pro V1s and the TP5Xs, anything I hit just spins way too much. Upshoots, spins off the greens. But these Chrome Softs really compress. They seem to go further for me and they spin a lot less. I really, really like this golf ball. Now this ball marker I use is pretty special for me. It was given to me by one of my friends who works in the military a long time ago. His name is Mike. He gave me one of his challenge coins that says well done, and I've used this thing for 99% of my rounds for the last like 6 or 7 years. Gosh, I can't remember when he gave this to me, but it's been so long. I always mark it with my number 1 facing up, and sometimes if I hit a bad shot, I like to ironically put the well done mark down just to kind of make fun of myself. Thank you for watching the What's in the Bag, everybody. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave us comments for what you want to see next. We'll get another video filmed here pretty soon for Brant's What's in the Bag. You can see his. And guys, I gotta tell you, we have some really big things coming up. I cannot wait to keep you in the loop. Please let us know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching.